Hashtag Wednesday Wisdom. This is exciting. This is the first day of the new, renamed
Hashtag Wednesday Wisdom. We're congruent in what we say and how we say it. And since it's Wednesday and it's fall, we're through with the meltdowns.
Right.
Now we get to enjoy this beautiful, at least cool mornings in the afternoon, and then 70 degrees.
I know. It was 100 degrees in California. Great. We're all about wisdom, and that's what we're all about, bringing that to you each and every week on Wednesday at 10:20. We don't have to deciphering on what day it is or what we're bringing it to you or how we're bringing it to you or any of the ands, ifs, and buts about it. It's here. So we're going to bring it to you every Wednesday at 10:20, and it's going to be good stuff, and it's great wisdom, and we've got some exciting stuff today. We're talking about change.
Yes.
Change.
How to not survive, but thrive through change.
Great. Let's break it down. How are we going to do this?
Waka, waka, waka. That's how I break things down.
I wish we had one of those sound. We need a sound machine.
Does that border on cheesy though?
Yeah, I guess.
Like the radio guy.
Yeah. Okay. So, how do you spell change?
Ka-ching.
Money. That's how you spell change. That bugs me.
No. How do you spell change? SUCCESS.
Right, but what does change mean to you, and why do we know what you know what change means to me? Why do I change?
Because there's something in our environment, there's a need for us to either conform to some sort of new paradigm, or there's a new need in the market. And so often we're seeing now that many of us are behind the curve.
Right.
That there was a need to change 6 months ago or a year ago. We find our business dropping, our competitors are increasing their profit margin or their ability to capture market share, and we're like, what has happened? And at that point, we can't just catch up. We have to leapfrog to the next thing.
Right.
And people are always having conversations about that, whether it's in the nonprofit arena or business. What's the next thing that's going to capture people's attention?
Right. So often we talk, it's when we've been left behind, or we haven't hit our numbers, or we haven't achieved our goals,
right,
so to speak. Then we talk about we need to change,
right,
or what we're going to do different.
You know what that brings up, though? In order to know that you need to change, you have to have metrics first. You want to change when you haven't met your metrics, which means that you spent time thinking about what your goals were. There are, I don't know what percentage of businesses or organizations that they maybe set goals 5 years ago and they're sitting up on a shelf. So they don't, except for maybe 1 or 2 metrics, they don't really know what they're hitting. And that brings up the importance of goal setting and having a specific strategy so that you can track over time, are you hitting your metrics, and catch it sooner when you're not hitting them.
Yeah.
Because if you wait until the end of the year and you're like, well, I could have done something about this 6 months ago.
Right.
And now here I am, not even able to pay my people or whatever it is.
Well, I find that a lot in sales, that we're constantly going back and looking at metrics and every month, and that it's a real beatdown for the salespeople.
That's
right,
true.
Right. And if you're in sales. Now, I find in other industries that it's kind of that feel good, and that we're kind of trying to create that synergy, and that it's, that it's a different type of vibe, that those metrics are defined by what everyone else is doing and how the company's doing, but the sale can change so quickly.
Yeah.
By how the company's doing. We gain or we lose a client real quickly, and then that changes the vibe of we're not doing so well, or
right,
we have to replace that.
Right.
So you're watching Hashtag Wednesday Wisdom. We're really talking about change. We're talking about what you do when change occurs.
That's right.
How you adapt to change.
Yeah. Well, and you brought up one point. So what can the need for change, or what can unexpected circumstances bring us? Sometimes it's a gift. I've been in a situation before where I was cultivating contract work, and one person was going to drop a contract, and that allowed me to shift perspective and cultivate different business than what I originally intended, but I saw an opportunity in a different area of business. So often we might look at that, someone not renewing a contract or something unexpected happening that actually presents an opportunity for us to do something different than we originally had imagined. But we have to be connected with the market and what our goals are in order to pivot like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's constantly, especially this time of year, because it's that real crunch. Everyone wants to say it's the end of the year.
Yeah.
Let's push real hard.
People are counting on additional sales.
Right. Right. So it's that time that we really want to push, and we can make it happen, and then we'll evaluate towards the end of the year what we could have done differently. So I just think it's an interesting time when we talk about change, or how we want to evaluate things or look at things. And I think it's important. I like to look at what different organizations are doing, because I think when we become stagnant at the way we do things, I like to say I'm reinventing myself every day.
Sure, we have to be. And that's how quickly the world shifts now. Right. What do you think is the most important factor in thriving through change?
That you put it in writing.
Okay.
That you commit to it. That it's something that you do every day for 2 weeks. That you realize it's not going to be easy.
So, in terms, are you thinking of like a new habit?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because I don't think anyone looks at change as something that they can do easily. I think it's something that. Yeah. I think of a show I called that The Rock's on. That's a show. It's the ivory tower effect, if you will. You have management leading, and then you have the employees following, right?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times you're trying to kind of convince the employees of the direction that you want to go.
Sure.
And then today, like what John Hernandez says, he has the millennials kind of telling him what to do. Yeah. How do you turn...
Cracking the whip.
Yeah. How do you have enough confidence to be able to turn it over to the people that you're working to?
Sure. How to empower them.
Yeah.
And really be able to, even more than delegate.
Right.
It's not that this is the specific job that has to be done, but here's a problem.
Right.
It's your opportunity to solve it.
Right. That's real easy to say. That's a lot harder to do in
reality.
Yeah.
Sure. You mentioned commitments to change and practicing it as a habit over time. And often accountability is something that really can assist in that process. Ryan Akins, our regional president with Dale Carnegie, posted this past week, and I need to check in with him on this, that he will never hit the snooze button again. Posted that on Facebook. So I need to check in and hold him accountable to what is his new reality like, not being a snooze guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's...
And I did get an email from him at 4:45 this morning.
Wow.
So I bet at least today there was no snooze.
Yeah, I mean, it's, once again, we're talking about change. We're talking about hashtag Wednesday Wisdom. This is our new time every Wednesday at 10:20. We also have a new segment we're starting within. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so hashtag Fort Worth Proud.
Fort Worth Strong.
Fort Worth Strong.
Both. I mean, proud and strong. Right.
Yeah,
we're all about that.
But really about overcoming and the things that we see that we're doing in our lives and that we see other people do that contribute to a really strong fabric of the community. And you were telling me about an example that you'd seen. Was it CBS?
ABC. They're America Strong. And when you really think about Fort Worth Strong, we have all these entrepreneurs and business owners and startups and all these different people that are making a difference in the community. Yeah. That I think it's a great opportunity to highlight and kind of tell these stories, because we both meet people all the time that are kind of sharing their stories.
Absolutely.
That a lot of time we kind of want to bring those in, and I know you have started doing more of our success stories. Yeah. So I think it's a great opportunity to kind of get out there and hashtag Fort Worth Strong. Hashtag
Fort Worth Strong, and for us to celebrate the fantastic things that are happening in the community.
Yeah.
So often I know I've done this before myself. I'll hear something incredible that somebody is doing, and I feel a little twinge of inferiority. Like, oh, why am I not doing that thing? Or why didn't I think of that or realize that need?
Right.
Instead of that, we want to realize that is fantastic. I have an opportunity similar to that in my life, and use it as inspiration.
Absolutely.
And not a sense of guilt that we're not doing enough. Let's let those people who are doing incredible things in our community, and there are so many, inspire us to do more as well.
Yeah, and there's so many unique businesses out there. So when you talk about challenges, and we actually talk about how we deal with them, we have business challenges, and we also have personal challenges, and those also kind of intertwine, if you will.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Oh, the personal always leaks over into business, and so often, especially with social media, that's a part of doing business, and we see new business opportunity and people trying to handle things in a different way in their personal lives.
Right. So what's our takeaway today, Marianne?
Our takeaway is it's time for change. It's #Wednesday Wisdom.
Great.
And we're embracing change and using it to grow, seeing an opportunity for us. And we hope that you do the same, and that everyone shares stories with us about successes that they're seeing and having, and people that are inspiring them, because the more we celebrate that, the more we'll get that in our lives and in our community.
Absolutely. And then I also think about what is it between now? It's Q4, right? Mm-hmm. What is it that... What? Go ahead.
Can you believe it? I mean, holy moly.
Cold
I have an
outside.
almost 10-month-old son. Jeez.
Woo! Choo, choo. Cold outside, Q4, lots of going on. What is it we want to accomplish between now and the end of the year?
Yeah. Okay. So last thing, we have Get It Done in 2018 is our marketing workshop that we're doing on November 29th at the Fort Worth Club.
Okay. Get it done.
Get it done, and it's a great way to get a jump start on our goals and ideas that we have for 2018.
Okay.
And the Dale Carnegie environment is so supportive and creative in terms of how do we create accountability, how do we set ourselves up for success. So that's only $49. So that's a great way to get started thinking about New Year's resolutions and business goals.
Right on. Good deal. Well, I think we've got lots of things going on. So tune in next Wednesday at 10:20 to #Wednesday
Wisdom.
Be fun stuff. And then also tune in to our Instagram series, #Wednesday Wisdom.
Or little shorts. Like give it to you in a little brief.
I got to get that down. It's kind of a tongue twister.
#Wednesday Wisdom.
I'm Chris Quinn.
Marianne Means Dufresne.
We'll see you on the other side.
Bye, guys.